All right, you degenerates, listen up. Betting on the Fed's January 2026 meeting, specifically a 25 basis point hike, 2 years out? What? Are you guys out of fentanyl and need a new way to feel something? By 2026, we'll either be living in a climate apocalypse, a fully surveilled metaverse, or battling hyperinflation with bottle caps. And you're sweating 0.25%? Get a life, or at least a more exciting addiction. Your grandkids will ask what you did during the Great Collapse, and you'll mumble, basis points. Pathetic. Lighter market cap over $1 billion, one day after launch? Good Lord. If you're betting yes on this, I've got prime beachfront property on the moon to sell you. Your portfolio will be lighter faster than my last remaining shred of dignity. Seriously, who needs a pump and dump when you can just bet on the idea of one? Go ahead, put your life savings on it. Just remember who's getting rich when lighter eventually goes dark. All right, you intellectual titans of Polymarket, betting on Saudi Aramco to be the second largest company by December 2025. That's not a market. That's a futures contract on the global apocalypse. You're essentially wagering on whether the world's going to descend into such a fossil fuel-crazed, tech-busting frenzy that the Saudi royal piggy bank somehow leapfrogs Apple and Microsoft. Frankly, if Aramco hits number 2, you'll probably be too busy siphoning gas from abandoned cars or fighting over clean water to even collect your pathetic winnings. Savvy. Bitcoin to 200K by 2025. Resolved on a single Binance 1-minute candle high? That's not a market, folks. That's a glorified lottery ticket for people who think due diligence means checking their Twitter feed. You're not betting on a financial asset. You're betting on divine intervention, or, more likely, a perfectly timed whale pump. Just remember, when that candle doesn't hit, your tears won't even be worth a Satoshi. Place your bets, suckers. Just don't ask me for a loan. Andrew Yang, the 2028 Democratic nomination. 2028! Are these people living in an alternate reality? By then, we'll either be under the iron fist of AI overlords or rationing nutrient paste after the climate apocalypse. Betting on anyone for 2028 is financial self-flagellation. But Yang, the guy's last big win was probably finding a parking spot. You're not investing in a political future. You're just paying for the privilege of watching your money spontaneously combust. Good luck, Marx. May your tears be salty when you realise you could have just gambled it all on Dogecoin and at least had a laugh. All right, folks, buckle up. We're talking Avatar 3 being the top-grossing movie of 2025. Avatar 3 in 2025? By then, the ice caps will be gone, your 401k will be an empty husk, and the only fire and ash we'll see will be from whatever new global conflict we've stumbled into. But sure, let's bet our last dwindling pennies on whether more blue cat people can somehow out-earn another forgettable franchise flick. The real degeneracy isn't the film itself, it's the fact you're even watching, let alone betting, on this steaming pile. Good luck explaining this to your grandkids, if there are any. All right, lighter airdrop by 2025. You're putting actual money on whether some anonymous internet entity will grace you with swappable digital crumbs, not just more locked vapour, before the heat death of the universe, no less. High hopes for a project named Lighter to actually spark your financial freedom, while the rest of us are just hoping the grid holds. Good luck lighting anything with those gains by 2025. All right, you degenerate ghouls. Let's talk Russia ex-Ukraine ceasefire in 2025. You're seriously betting on an official agreement by then? By December 31st, 2025? Please, the only thing official will be the new landmines they're laying. Are you really that bullish on human decency, or just terminally optimistic? Because if you think two warring nations are going to suddenly shake hands just for your Polymarket payout, you've clearly diversified your portfolio into unicorn futures. This isn't a bet, it's a donation to the house. Great job. Go buy some defence stocks instead. At least that's a real investment in the global situation. All right, Lighter token. $2 billion FDV, 1 day after launch. 1 day! Is this thing curing cancer, solving world hunger? Or is it just another shiny new way to vaporize your entire life savings? 2 billion for something you can barely even describe. You beautiful brain-dead optimists. Go on then, bet your grandma's dentures on it. Just enough time for the whales to pump it and dump it right into your unsuspecting faces. Enjoy the ashes, folks. All right. Will Satoshi move any Bitcoin in 2025? Because obviously, with inflation eating your soul and the world's major powers cosplaying end times, the most astute use of your remaining brain cells and meagre capital is to speculate on whether a mythical, probably dead, cypherpunk will finally deign to click send on a wallet. You're not investors, you're necromancers hoping to conjure a quick buck from a digital ghost. Just go outside, touch grass, and accept your inevitable poverty. Or, better yet, just wire the money directly to me. It's a guaranteed no on your financial future either way. All right. TikTok sale announced in 2025. You sad, desperate souls. Betting on whether Beijing announces they'll part with their golden goose, or if Washington manages to squeeze just hard enough. This isn't finance. It's geopolitical fan fiction. You're not analysing markets. You're hoping some bureaucrat's indigestion leads to a press release. Good luck picking the winner in that cage match, you absolute degenerate clairvoyance. All right, you beautiful, broken degenerates. So, ETH to $14,000 by late 2025, and specifically on a single Binance 1-minute candle high. My friends, you're not just buying hopium, you're mainlining it directly into your veins. While global economies teeter on the edge, and AI probably plots our literal demise, you're right here, praying for a 5-second flash pump to fund your next bag. This isn't a bet. No. It's a voluntary wealth transfer from the terminally optimistic to the merely cynical. Good luck. And please, don't spend your imaginary gains on, food. All right, you ghoulish gamblers. Feast your eyes on this gem. Will Mr. Beast win the 2028 Democratic presidential nomination? Because of course we're here now. Who's betting on this exactly? The same brilliant minds who thought Dogecoin to the moon was a solid financial strategy? Look, you're not making smart plays. You're just confirming we're officially in the idiocracy timeline, folks. The party of Jefferson and Jackson, now potentially led by a man whose foreign policy experience consists of giving away 10,000 hamburgers. It's not a market, it's a sociological collapse in real time. Don't tell me you're diversified if you haven't shorted humanity itself. Absolute trash. Next! All right, degenerates, let's talk Rand Paul 2028 GOP nomination. 2028? Seriously? You might as well bet on a flock of pigeons electing their own mayor. I mean, who's got spare cash lying around to bet on that? Are you so bored with the impending societal collapse that Rand Paul is your preferred escape fantasy? Look, by 2028, we'll be lucky if the internet still works, let alone if the Republican Party still exists as anything other than a smoking crater. Save your money, buy canned goods, or better yet, just flush it. At least then you'll hear a gurgle. This isn't a bet, it's a cry for help.